Hello, it's Tuesday, it's 10 o'clock on Victoria Derbyshire. Good morning. Today, this programme hears from the gay men who are breaking the rules secretly on blood donation.
There are people that daily, weekly, monthly, yearly need blood. Why shouldn't they be able to have my blood or other gay people's blood?
Are you a gay man who's given blood even though you've had sex within the last 3 months? Let us know why you broke the rules. We'll bring you the exclusive story in a few minutes.
Men who have sex with men are barred from giving blood in England, Scotland and Wales for 3 months after sexual activity. But some are deciding to break those rules. The current guidance is in place to prevent the possible transmission of HIV. This programme's found that some gay men have lied when asked to confirm their recent sexual activity. That is our news summary this morning. Back now to Victoria.
Cheers, Carrie. Thank you very much. Good morning. Hello. Let's bring you more on our exclusive story today then. This programme has found that some gay men are so against the current blood donation rules that they are secretly choosing to break them. In England, Scotland and Wales, the guidance says gay men should not have sexual contact with another man for 3 months before giving blood to prevent the possible transmission of HIV. And when a gay man is giving blood, they have to tick a box to say they've complied with these rules. But we've found that some are lying on that form. The BBC's LGBT correspondent Ben Hunt went to meet some of these gay blood donors.
Life can change in a heartbeat.
On TVs, on radios, online.
One way you can help, give blood, try to understand.
You've probably seen adverts like this everywhere.
Bleed for the country you love. Give blood.
It galls me every time I hear an advert on the radio asking for people to give blood when there's a huge section of society that is denied that for no good reason.
Over the past few months, I've spoken to 6 gay men from across England who are all sexually active. However, they also donate their blood.
Why shouldn't they be able to have my blood or other gay people's blood?
None of them have spoken up about going against England's blood donation rules. Until now. So you are a gay man, so you're a man who has sex with men.
Yeah.
And when was the last time that you had sex with a man?
A week ago?
A week ago.
Yeah.
So according to British blood rules, you are actually breaking the rules to give blood.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
I grew up in a family who gave blood regularly and kind of instilled in me that it was the right thing to do. I did it before I started having sex with men, and I carried on doing it afterwards, because for me it was the right thing to do.
David takes a pill called PrEP every day, which could prevent him from getting HIV. David also uses condoms, which he says lowers the risk of other infections. What would you say to those who think that this isn't the right thing to do and actually you shouldn't be doing it?
Well, to me, it's rooted in deep homophobia. I practice safe sex more than any heterosexual person I know. I get tested more than any heterosexual person I know. So I don't see why I should be denied the right to help fellow people, and certainly don't think the people whose lives potentially I've saved by giving my blood would complain that it came from a gay man at all.
David says he has given blood several times over the last year, and now he's doing it again. David's actions go directly against the guidelines and could be putting other people's lives at risk, but he's far from alone in doing this. NHS Blood and Transplant, also known as NHSBT, is the organisation that looks after blood in England. The service depends entirely on voluntary donations from the public. They say they need to collect over 6,000 blood donations per day just to meet the needs of patients across the country. So why does the 3-month rule exist for men who have sex with men? The blood service does check all blood that's donated, but says there's a period of time following contact with any infections when they would not be detected by our screening tests. And it's not just gay men who aren't allowed to give blood in the 3-month window. Commercial sex workers and people who engage in group sex are also banned from donating in the time frame. So where are we walking to now then?
This was the first place I donated blood as an openly gay man.
Ryan has been donating blood against the rules for nearly 10 years.
Trepidation, nervous of getting caught.
So when you were ticking that box then and saying that you hadn't had any sexual relations with another man for 12 months, knowing that was a lie, what was going through your mind?
felt that I wasn't good enough, that my story didn't matter, my blood didn't matter. I mean, it's not nice that you're almost discriminated against, and you know that you are doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but at the same time, morally, you are helping somebody else by giving that blood.
Many gay men we've spoken to say they're donating their blood in order to fight the system. But Ryan's reasons are a bit more personal. His mum passed away very suddenly, and before she did, Ryan promised her that he'd continue medically donating everything he could.
She was always the driving force from a young age that you should organ donate and you should give blood so that other people have the chance to live their lives as best as possible, to give that gift of health to someone else that's always in need as well.
Why do you want to give blood to a system that doesn't want you?
Because there are people crying out for it. There are people that daily, weekly, monthly, yearly need blood. Why shouldn't they be able to have my blood or other gay people's blood?
NHS BT have told us they're worried about what we've uncovered.
Well, we'd be very concerned if people are knowingly going against the guidelines. We do have all the strategies in place to protect the blood supply, but the guidelines are there for a reason, and our main reason for being is to protect vulnerable patients who are receiving this blood. So we would really encourage people to follow the guidelines, even if they don't agree with them.
They say men who have sex with men, or MSM, are more likely to have HIV and other sexual infections.
All donors have to complete the donor health check when they come to donate, so it's not just men who have sex with men who we ask about what sort of sex they've been having. I think really currently the evidence would say that MSM is still disproportionately affected by HIV, and really it's not just HIV that we're looking at, it's other viruses too.
The safety of the nation's blood supply has recently been in the spotlight. Families have been giving evidence in an inquiry examining why thousands of people between the late 70s and early 90s were given infected blood products from high-risk sources, with many contracting hepatitis C or HIV. But times have changed and blood screening has improved. To reflect this, in 2017, the Blood Service reduced the wait time for men who have sex with men from 1 year to the now 3 months. Freedom to Donate were one of the organisations that campaigned for this to happen, but they are concerned that men are breaking the rules.
I understand it, I get it. It's hugely frustrating. A lot of people are very, very emotional about this, and so they should be, because donating blood is an incredible thing. But it's not helpful. It's not supporting something which has resulted already in a world-leading blood donation policy, and which we believe will change for thousands of gay men and bi men to be able to donate blood. I don't think anything that goes against that is that helpful. And frankly, I'd ask them to get involved and get engaged with what's going on, not simply protest the current situation.
Freedom to Donate and other organisations are consulting with the Blood Service on reducing the window period even further. We caught up with David after his latest blood donation. He says the changes aren't happening quick enough. What would you say to people that have seen the blood inquiry going on at the moment as a result of infected blood?
Yeah.
What would you say to those people who think that's irresponsible of gay men to be doing this?
No straight person I know goes and gets checked every 6 months. So I would say to people, actually read up on their facts before they cast aspersions.
Nobody knows how many sexually active gay men out there are breaking the rules and giving blood. But the advice to all donors is follow the guidelines.